going to work on lesson 3 of our Bible. We've talked about John chapter 4 with the woman at the well, the officer's servant, Matthew chapter 8 and Luke chapter 7. Today's lesson story is called The Widow's Son. So think about that word, widow. That's a mom whose husband is no longer living. So the mom is by herself, or the woman is by herself. So the widow's son is in Luke chapter 7. One day when Jesus and his disciples were entering a town, they arrived in time to see a funeral procession coming out through the city gates. The dead man was the only son of a widow, and she was heartbroken. When Jesus saw her, his heart was filled with pity, which means he felt very sorry for her. And he came up to her and he gently said, "Don't cry." Have you ever seen someone who's been sad or crying? Did you feel like you needed to help them, or help them to feel better, make them smile, or let them know that they're not alone? Well, that's what Jesus did. He said, "Don't cry." Then he walked over and touched the coffin, and the men carrying it stopped. Jesus said, "Young man, get up, I tell you." And at his word, to the astonishment and the awe of all the people who were sad that the man was dead, the dead man sat up and he began to talk. And Jesus led him to his mother, who was filled with joy and thankfulness. So she was so sad because her husband was already dead and now her son was dead, and she was going to be all alone, and she felt very sad about that. And that made Jesus sad. Well, Jesus performed a lot of miracles. He always was helping everywhere he went. And this time he saw how sad the woman was, so he told her son, "Sit up." And he did. Isn't Jesus amazing, boys and girls? Do you think you could be like Jesus and help people when they're sad? We can't bring people back to life, but we could help somebody who's hurt or sad or crying to let them know that we're not alone. So now I want you to bow your head and talk to God and have Him to help you help other people when they're sad. I'll see you next time.